We could survive that. We could survive that. We could survive it. Hello and welcome to We Could Survive That, your survival guide to the movies. My name is Jack, and today I'm joined by a man who once had a rumble in the Thunderdome. It's Chris.
It was one of the most brutal fights of my life.
I was there, man.
I know. I'm still have nightmares about it every night, and I don't know. I can think about it right now. I know these memories are just flooding back to me.
I lost money on that. I bet against you.
Of course you did. Everyone did. And just when they thought it was all over, what I do? Listen to the Hunger Games, and you'll find out what I did.
Oh God!
A couple of episodes back,
it was.
I have a defense mechanism.
It was an exact replication of that episode.
It was
horrific.
Yeah, they'll split the guy's head open.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, somebody played that as well in the background. It was a beautiful day,
yeah.
But also a horrific fight.
Right.
I have mixed feelings about it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, go on.
Right, today, Mad Max Furious Road is out today. We've literally just come back from.
Just come back.
We have come by.
You
our
said the
back.
title wrong as well. I'm calling you out. I'm putting you on blast. You said the title wrong. It's Mad Max Fury Road.
The Furious Road.
Fury Road.
I did it for comic effect. Yeah, Furious Road is out. Director George Miller coming back to the Mad Max saga at this point now.
I would have said universe.
Universe? Okay.
I'm going to put you on blast for everything you say in this show.
You're just going to contradict me on everything. Well, can I have that? It is directed by George Miller.
I want Frank Miller to do it.
Oh, it's tough.
Oh,
titties.
Fine, alright, George Miller done it.
Last time we saw Mad Max on the big screen was in 1985, which was Beyond Thunderdome, and starred Tina Turner.
Did it?
Yes.
I ain't got a fucking clue.
No.
I knew it had Mel Gibson in it.
Yeah, it's got Mel Gibson. I'm working my way through the original trilogy. I've only watched the first two at the moment.
I've only seen the first one.
Yeah, so I have yet to experience the delightful acting talents of the singer Tina Turner. So
let me know how it goes.
I look forward to that. We're gonna kick the show off with our review, our second review ever. How qualified are we to review things, Chris?
Me, very. You, not so much. I watch a lot more films than you.
Okay. And then after our review bit, we'll tell you how to survive the events of Fury Road. So if you've not seen the film, either listen to our review if our opinions matter that much
Major
to you,
spoilers,
and then turn off immediately once we enter survival territory, because people die apart from Max.
No, Max dies.
Oh yeah, he does, doesn't he?
At the end, after credit scene.
George Miller comes in and shoots him. He's like, I'm putting this dog to bed.
I thought it was going to be something to do with the lizard he ate at the beginning. It finally worked its way through his system and poisoned him, yeah.
Yeah.
He ate it raw.
Do you want to kick off the review then? Did you like it? What did you like?
Okay, I'll start with a classic watch or don't watch. I'm going to say watch, and that's my end of the review. Over to you, Jack.
Okay, yeah. No, it's I would agree with watch. It was unlike other recent films. I'm thinking Avengers. It was less CGI heavy, I felt, which was good.
There's very little CGI in it at all. It was all prosthetics and stuff, like all the deformed people, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and some of them were genuine amputees.
I'm thinking most of the big set pieces, apart from the big dust cloud storm thingy.
Well, that was
the only
CGI,
real CGI heavy.
But that was done very nicely, though.
Yeah, but they used it sparingly. And I had a little smile on my face, thinking that a stuntman was injured.
Really? When was the stuntman injured?
Oh, they were probably injured a lot. No, they did well. Because they had the car crashes and CGI people flying off. They couldn't have put real people
or dummies.
Jumping
could have been dummies.
Because
you saw the way that they hit the ground and stuff. They didn't like ragdoll. They were like a bit stiff, so it could have just been like dummies.
You'd notice if it was dummies. You know all the old James Bond films where they have dummies falling off. They're all wavy.
Oh, all right.
Like flags.
All right. If that's what you're saying.
It'd be CGI people. But, yeah, effects good. How did you like Bane as Mad Max?
I like the way they tried to remind everybody he was Bane by having him in a mask for like the first half of the film.
Beginning of it, yeah. He can't get away from that, can he?
No, he had a mask all over his... Well, I was going to say he had a mask all over his face,
It was,
Whoops, I was meant to say the mask covered the lower half of his face and then sort of showed the top half a bit.
what do you
didn't it?
reckon Tom Hardy demanded that?
Well,
I will
I
only
want a
do
mask.
roles with masks from now on.
Or they gave him the mask and he thought, fuck's sake,
Damn
another
it.
mask.
Not again.
But no, I thought it was good. I like the storyline.
Do you want
Yeah,
to give an overview of the storyline? Just
Yeah, basically you got the place
the place.
where they all are. I can't remember what it's called. I don't
Big
know. I don't
Rock
pay attention.
Place.
Big Rock Place where they all
Skull
are.
Rock.
Skull Rock, yeah, because it has a skull.
Skull
doesn't
Rock.
it?
Did they carve that in,
They
or
must
is
have
that
carved
just
that
a
in.
weird
that
geographical?
can't be a natural formation. No, they must have carved that in. I don't think it would take them too long. Then basically, a team goes out on a fuel run. They divert off from the fuel place, don't they?
Yeah, take a
Turns out
left.
they go left, they go west or east. Do they come from east and go west, or is it they come from west to go east?
They go
east.
They go
east.
where they're not supposed to go.
Pretty much. It just turns out that the woman driving the war rig with the big fuel tanker thing is trying to smuggle out the 5 wives of Immortal Joe.
Ooh, Immortal Joe.
Basically, because they're like perfect specimens, and he's trying to have babies with them who would be healthy and normal. Because all of these other children he's had, they've got something wrong with them. Like one of them had a breathing problem. Max comes along as a captive to
Well, he
one of
gets
the people.
captured. Yeah.
Yeah, gets captured at the very beginning of the film. Gets his iconic car is wrecked within the first 5 minutes of the film. It's gone. It comes back. It reappears once again in the
Spoiler! Don't do it.
It appears twice more. Once when they're taking it, repairing it, and then once again, at the final chase scene, and it gets destroyed again within seconds of it appearing. I don't know why they even bothered with the car in the first place.
So I was hoping Max would go, right, that's my car.
Jump on
take
it,
the
yeah.
wheel and then just take it again and then kick butt with it. Do power slides and stuff.
Did you understand all those the Half-Life people?
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
It was like radiation sickness.
Yeah, they had no head,
Made
did they?
them pale.
Yeah.
And
basically,
brittle.
and because they capture Mad Max at the beginning, and then they're using Max as a
blood bag.
a blood bag,
for-
basically attached to one of them
For Nux.
for Nux,
Who
I
is
thought would have just
played
died or
by
fallen off.
Beast. Nick Holt.
Oh, it is
he's
Nick Holt.
He's in X-Men, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Who I would have
He was alright. He was sufficiently crazy.
yeah, he was
Played
quite
a good
good.
crazy
I didn't think he
person.
was going to be in it that long. I didn't realise he was going to become one of the main characters. I thought he was going to like die after that first chase scene.
But to fall off the truck.
Yeah, I didn't know, did he?
Oh.
But yeah, very good. Like you said, not too CGI heavy. Yeah, it's just a nice film. It's a nice family film.
Family film.
If your
Are you
family likes
if
blood,
your
gore, and
family
violence.
is all over 15,
yeah,
then we will allow you to take them.
yeah. I'd recommend the film to anybody, especially if you like the original Mad Max trilogy.
Or even if you don't. It doesn't draw too much from...
No, but it's meant to be a continuation of Mad Max.
I don't know
It's
why,
not-
though. I don't
not
know
a
who the
remake or
girl's
reboot.
meant to be that he keeps having weird flashbacks of, because...
I think that's it.
His-
Those people he's having flashbacks off, I think they're from like the first or the original Mad Max films. Have you
no,
seen any of
'cause-
them in it?
Yeah, I'm making my way through them. I've seen the first two. That girl, if that's meant to be his daughter or someone, he had a baby that didn't
Well, she
live
called him
very
Pa.
long. Got squished by some motorbikes. Oh, fun fact! Immortal Joe is
Yeah.
played by Toe Cutter, who was in the first who was the first bad guy in the first Mad Max film. So that's
Did he look the same as he does in the first film? Or
no. In the
completely
first
different?
film, he had one eyebrow for some reason.
Right, okay.
He just had a right eye. No, he just had a left eyebrow,
Right, fair enough.
which
Why
made
not?
him a bad guy. I think that's all their budget could stretch to. We need this bad guy to have a thing.
Shave
Give
an
him
eyebrow.
one eyebrow, yeah, and a funny haircut. That'll do him.
Ah,
Yeah, he was quite creepy in that as well, and he plays a good creepy guy in this too, needing the breathy thing.
but he's Darth Vader.
Yeah, without
Basically, he was in case he had
he was basically Bane. Needed a breathing
No,
apparatus.
I think he was more Darth Vader because he had the breathing thing, but at the same time, his body had to have that sort of armor on it, didn't he, to hold himself? Because like his body was
keep
all
all
like
the flab in.
yeah, it was all like fat and full of boils and stuff. Where this armor it sort of squished his body into like a muscular type looking thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't very pleasant to look at.
No. But
I can understand why the 5 wives wanted to get away. To be honest.
oh yeah, yeah. You'd want to get as far away from him as possible.
Aye.
He was just buying the love of the locals as well with
With water, yeah. wasn't even buying their love. He was just buying their obedience.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't love him at all. Spoilers. Oh, this entire thing's gonna be a spoiler. But at the end, when he's dead,
We can't review things without spoiling them, can we?
they'll rip him to shreds from the looks of it. At the end, when he's dead, they like drag his body off and they rip him to shreds. And
Or
they just take
does he
bits of him.
die? No, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's dead.
they don't treat his corpse very nicely.
No,
do they?
and you can't blame them, to be honest.
Mm.
This isn't a very in-depth review, but in short, go watch it.
And review it for yourself.
Yeah, refer yourself.
Make
Stop.
up your own thoughts. Come
Yeah,
on,
yeah, come on.
we're in a shed.
And it's raining outside.
Yeah.
You might hear it.
You don't really want to know our opinions on films, do you?
No, we're not very good at the whole review thing.
No.
We're more of the survival experts.
Yes.
I might add.
Speaking of survival, do you want to get on to the survival chunk of the film
Yeah.
of the show?
All right. How many deaths we got?
Right, we'll do 7 of them. But there are a lot more like minor characters.
Loads of the
Ah,
Half-Life people
yeah.
dies
There's-
so much.
They die in all the chase scenes and.
I like the spears they're throwing that
stuff.
had explosives on the end.
Yeah, they were clever.
Oh, what was the stuff they're spraying in their mouths?
I think that was just paint. Yeah, because when they try, when they're going to die, the Half-Life people, they spray the silver paint in their mouth. I think that's so they look a bit like Immortal Joe, to represent like his face plate.
Right.
I think that's it. Do you have a better
No, not really. I'm not sure why they didn't. They're talking about when they're dying, going to
Valhalla? Yeah,
That's the that's the
it's
Viking thing, isn't it?
yeah. That's where Thor's going.
I was that's where Thor's going to end up.
I think that's just something that Immortal Joe has picked up from like books and stuff and gone.
The old
Hey,
world, yeah.
That's a good idea, and he's used that to build sort of a cult
Yeah.
around him. So he is Thor, and everyone else
He's a
is.
very bad
He's
Thor.
a terrible Thor.
He's-
He would not be worthy to wield the hammer.
This is Thor after he's lost a hammer and gained a few extra pounds, not in muscles, just in fat,
just
and has aged horribly.
gone mad.
And
Gone mad with
Yeah.
power and drives a monster truck.
yeah, very much. And that is Thor. That's what Thor Ragnarok's going to be about.
Thor driving a monster truck. Did you want to crack on then with survival tips?
Yep.
We start off with Splendid's death, who is played by Rosie Huntington.
She's played by somebody called Rosie.
Yeah, she's
Doesn't
played
really
by
matter.
Rosie.
Right.
Yeah, I like this. Let me set the scene for you.
Okay.
There's a fake out. She's on the outside.
A fake
of
out.
this truck. Yeah, there's a fake out where you think she's dead.
Oh,
and,
right.
and then she's alive. Fake out. Chris's word for the day.
Didn't know that was a term they used for that.
I've taught you something. Yeah, so there's a fake out where the door she's clinging on to is pulled off by a harpoon thing.
It hits
and
a
we
rock.
think, oh yeah, it hits a rock, and we think she's gone, and then she pops out and she's alive, and then she falls off the truck.
Yeah. See, but
So that's the fake out.
So-
She lived slightly longer than we thought. But
No.
yeah, instead of getting squished, she fall. How did she fall off again? Do you?
No.
I think.
I think she starts climbing back round, doesn't she? And then
Yeah.
they get attacked or something, or they get shot at, and she just basically slips and just falls off backwards. But Splendid's obviously one of the 5 wives.
Yeah.
She's a pregnant one,
Yeah, she got
8
baby.
months pregnant. Why are you looking at me like that for?
No, I just said she's got baby.
Oh right, I thought he was going to
I
call
was
me. Out.
expecting you to talk more.
Oh no, I thought he was going to call me out on the 8-month thing.
No.
No, but
No, I could clearly tell from the size of her belly she was 8.5.
nope, she was definitely 8 because when I took the baby out afterwards, he said 1 more month.
It's a good thing I wasn't calling you out on it. Then.
There we go.
Carry
then.
on.
So like basically, like you said, she does a fake out thing, doesn't she? And then she starts climbing back round. Why was she out of the truck in the first place?
She was doing something important to the plot that I can't remember.
Was she defending somebody because they don't want to shoot any of the wives? Was she holding her body? She'd done that
No,
once
that was-
before
that was
in the film,
earlier,
didn't
yeah.
she?
Do
You know, I can't remember. Why did
no,
she
she
get out in
was
the
doing
first place?
something. Bollocking bollocks, Chris.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember what she did.
but
anyway.
she didn't have to climb
Well, whatever
back
she.
round to the cabin to go through the open door, because they all managed to like sneak in through the bottom
Maybe
of
she
the
couldn't.
truck.
She couldn't access it from where she was.
could have
though.
just done that instead of trying to climb back through. Or she could have just stayed on the outside because they weren't going to shoot her because she was one of the wives that Immortal Joe wanted back. So she wasn't in any real danger of being killed on the outside. So she could have just stayed like on the back of the truck. What do you think?
I think she shouldn't have got out in the first place, whatever she was doing. I can't remember what she was meant to be doing, so it couldn't have been that important, so just stay in
It
there.
must have been important. I can't remember, though.
Another
Two
thing,
guys in a shed talking about a film that they've just seen.
I
and
can't remember why she got out of the truck.
Wow.
But it's the fact that after she does the fake out, as you call it, the fake word for a fake out. I don't believe it's a real term you're using. I think you're
It
trying
is.
to trick
Go on,
me.
make your point.
But after the door gets knocked off and she sticks her head out and she's like, smiles slightly, and Max doesn't he? He smiles
Max
back and
is
he
like, thumbs up.
gives it a thumbs up.
Yep.
At that point, it's like, oh, God.
Damn
why'd
it,
you do that?
Max.
But the thing, she falls off, doesn't she? Then she falls off, then she gets run over by Immortal Joe,
Yeah.
monster truck who's driving behind her.
Mm.
Basically, if I was her and I'd fallen off, just tuck and roll.
What? Try
I
and
wouldn't
aim
have-
for the middle of the wheels.
I wouldn't have landed and like, just
tyres.
rolled along. I would have landed, combat roll, over to the side so the truck goes past me, and then I would have took off at a sprint.
Joe would have then
into,
turned to, or he would have sent one of his war band after you.
yeah, and I would have been like, as they approached me,
Then they
I
would have
simply-
grabbed you and gone, "Hey, you're not splendid. You're some guy with a mustache."
No.
Then
What?
they would have murdered you.
No, well, I did. As they approached me, I would have drawn a line in sand, got into a fighting stance, and then put on the Mortal Kombat theme.
And then been hit by a truck.
And then, yeah, as somebody does, that does happen to one of the people later on the older ladies.
Okay. That would buy you 7 extra seconds of life.
Still more than what she got, wasn't it?
Okay. Would you like to know my ingenious strategy?
Bend over and fire the baby out at them.
No, I drop, tuck, and roll under the middle, grab like all the internal bits, pull myself up so I'm under the truck. Immortal Joe is driving. Yeah, I've got some road rash and whatever, but I'm under the truck, so I can start like sneaking up out and pop up around the back of
You're
the
8
car.
months pregnant, don't forget.
Yeah, and then I'll belly bump them all off the
And you've been shot on the leg as well.
Yeah, I'll belly bump them. Not badly shot. She was all right. She could walk. Then I'll belly bump all the henchmen off
Right.
off the truck, and then I'd drop kick Immortal Joe in the face.
I can't, but I think my way's already better.
But you die.
No, I don't
This
die.
way, I take out like the thingy, and then I know because Immortal Joe's thing's got a flamethrower thingy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll use that on him.
What? No.
Flamethrower his face off,
Yeah,
and
no,
its
I
weird white hair.
can't.
Flamethrower that.
I'm so confused. Fine, whatever. You think you can do that? I still
You
think
can
Mortal
see
Kombat
because
is
I've
better.
confused you.
I still think Mortal Kombat's better. But anyway, that's the first death.
Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. There's a character in the new Mortal Kombat who's a rip-off of Master Blaster from Thunderdome. He's a big guy with a little guy on his shoulder.
Oh, you mean Ferrator? That's a big guy with a little girl on his shoulder.
No. Yeah, rip-off of that guy from...
Why is it a rip-off?
Because it's the same thing, but
So?
just worse or better. I don't know. I've not played
not
Mortal
atta-
Kombat and
they're-
I've not seen.
They're not
the
attached to each
Thunderdome.
other.
But no, yeah, but the little guy rides on the big guy.
It's a little girl. The little girl is a female. The little
I
person's
know,
a
but
female.
Master Blaster's a guy. Or Master's
Yeah.
a guy riding on Blaster.
And is Blaster a guy?
Yeah.
And can they detach from each other?
Yeah.
Fine.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, I doubt it. They're in different universes. One's in Mad Max universe, the
Maybe.
other one's in the Mortal Kombat universe.
How
And
freaked out would you have been? Because we left before the credits ended. If at the end credits, Scorpion or Sub-Zero's just there.
Yeah.
Oh, Max, I've been waiting for you.
Mortal Kombat! And then it ends. And then
Ends with a freeze frame of them about to punch each
Yeah.
other.
it's Mad Max 2. Mortal Kombat.
Well, it would be Mad Max 5 at this point.
Yeah, but I think if
Yeah.
they make a second film, they might just call it Mad Max 2.
No, they'd give it another subtitle, like driving on the motorway.
Mad Max driving
obeying
on the
the traffic laws.
Mad Max stops at a cafe.
Mad Max
and orders
obeys
waffles.
the road signs. Yeah.
There are no roads there. Oh, wait, I just don't know why I just thought of this. I liked it when after the Five Wives, when he walks around the corner, he's carrying Nux or Nox
Nux.
on his shoulders, and he's got them there. And it's like a
A mirage.
Yeah, he walks around, and they're all in like just basically white cloths and washing themselves with water, aren't they?
Yeah,
And one of them's got a chastity
yeah.
belt on, where the opening covering her private areas has got sharp teeth.
Yeah.
Well,
Immortal Joe takes his lady friend's protection very seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was awesome. That made me laugh. I love the way Mad Max, he just walks around. He's like, "What?
What is going on here?"
What? Yeah. I thought that was quite humorous.
So that's Splendid's death, which she could have avoided by combat rolling.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
If
When
you're
jumping
a
out of a
listener to this
fast-moving
show, you
vehicle.
do.
Yeah, you combat roll.
Combat rolling. It's a good get out of jail free card. Next up, we've got, I don't know his name, Crazy Judge Guy, brother of Immortal Joe.
One of Immortal Joe's brothers, the one who gets blinded after his light gets shot out and he must get glass in his eyes or something.
Yeah. Hold the flare closer.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I
can't see. He got over that quite quickly though. As soon as he put the bandage around it, he's like, "I'm
Yeah.
ready. Let's go."
He was like, okay, I'll live the rest of my life a blind man. Give me some machine guns.
Yeah.
And
So,
he just fired
Just shot
willy-nilly.
forward
Ooh,
and surprisingly
crazy.
hit all of them. Didn't actually hit them, but was spot on like he's aiming.
He was closer to getting them blind than
Than
he
he was when he could see.
Yeah. Did you like his wig that was made out of bullets? It was like a judge's wig made
Was
out
it?
of... Yeah.
I thought you put a bullet out of his mouth. One of his teeth was a bullet.
No, yeah, I think that's where he got one from. But his hat was made of bullets as well.
Oh, I didn't notice
Yeah.
that. How does he die again?
He is... Well, he's blinded, and then Max goes off...
Oh, you don't actually see it, do you?
And then there's just a fireball.
What does he take with him? Is it? He got like a thing of gasoline?
Yeah, gasoline with him.
And it just
So I don't know
explodes, doesn't
whether
it?
Max sets a trap or something.
Must do.
So they're rolling along on because they got it's a tank, but with a car on top. That's
It's
the
not a
best
tank
way
then,
to
is it?
describe it. It's not got a tank gun, but it's probably like the remains of a tank, just with a car plopped on for shelter. So either he just like did a ring of fire or something, or hopped on the car, lit a match and just ran away and let it explode.
When he comes back, he's got that blood all over his face on one side, but it's not his, is it?
No.
So he must have like headbutted the shit out
So,
of
yeah,
somebody.
to get on the truck or something. If he was on it, why didn't he steal it? Because that would have
don't
been
know.
a useful second car.
I don't know. Maybe he blew it up and then one of them survived. So when he was on the
He
floor,
had to headbutt
he
them
had
to
to
death.
headbutt the absolute hell out of one of them. Yeah.
He headbutted Crazy Judge Man to death.
How would I survive this? I wouldn't.
Wear goggles
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
when
actually,
chasing people. Safety first.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like Nux. Nux wears goggles during the sandstorm, so you should have a pair of them ready with you.
Naturally. So he wears the goggles. That's another thing. If you're blinded, but he had like 3 or 4 other people with him.
Why couldn't have they shot instead of him?
Why? Why couldn't nobody else hit Max? Oh, I don't
What?
know what Max done.
It's
If
a
we
good
know
thing
what
they
Max
didn't let
done-
him keep driving.
Why did they let him keep driving? Was he driving in the first place?
I don't think he was. But if he'd have gone, if he was driving,
Yeah.
I think I think we should take the wheel from you now, Mr.
No.
Judge Man.
don't need eyes to shoot. I don't need eyes to drive.
It's all good. I can carry on.
But wear safety goggles. What did she do? She shot out the light, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Their
and
one,
it hit
their
him in the
one
face.
searchlight. That's another thing. Yeah, the searchlight was from front of him, so obviously he must have shot it, and the glass must have exploded up behind him, upwards, and then gone it.
No,
into his eyes.
searchlight was in front of him.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
said. Is that not what
and
I
hit
said?
him in the face.
Yeah, so the searchlight was down in front of him. So the bullet hit the searchlight. So the searchlight must have exploded. The glass then flew behind into him.
Yeah, that's what glass
Right.
does.
Maybe you shouldn't sit up all exposed then. To be fair, they all ducked down in the car and he was sitting up, completely exposed, had nothing shielding
no
or
one
protecting
wanted
him.
to push him down out of harm's way. Although he did seem a bit like a dick.
Yeah, well, they're all dicks, really. It's the world they live in. If you're not a dick, you die.
Max isn't a dick. Well, he's a bit of a dick.
Yeah, he's a bit
he
of
was
a
going to
dick.
leave the women behind until
The fail-safes kicked
Furiosa.
in.
Furiosa's trick thing
Fail-safes.
stopped him stealing it. So yeah, Dick Max, come
Come
on!
on, Max.
What, you playing at?
So I would survive the second death by A, wearing goggles, and B, having some sort of more protective shielding around me. I wouldn't have gone off my own either. I would have waited for the others to catch up.
Well, they were all stuck in the mud. None of them else had tracks.
No, that's
So
true.
yeah, that was unlucky. Should have stuck with the group.
That's what I would have done. Stay with the
Yeah.
group. It's a lot easier.
Onwards then. The next death comes, alluded to by Chris, comes from Split, who dies in Max's iconic Interceptor car, getting squished between two giant tanker trucks.
Yeah,
One
as it
driven
reappears.
by Furiosa and Max and their gang, and the other driven by the fat guy with no nose. What do you think Split could have done better to avoid being squished?
I would have just braked.
And then
and then they would have
you
gone
wouldn't have
off.
been stuck in between them.
Exactly, I would have braked and then pulled out round to one of them. I mean, no.
That's bad driving.
If- yeah,
it
you're
didn't work in
driving-
Indiana Jones with the boat chase, and a boat gets squished between two bigger boats.
Right.
Yeah, it didn't work then, and it didn't work here.
It never does work.
No.
But if you're driving the car and then you're pulling up next to a massive truck and there's another truck...
Check your wind mirrors, man.
I don't think there were any wing mirrors.
There should have been.
Who the
Safety
hell needs
first.
wing mirrors?
He does, clearly.
No,
Because
yeah.
you get squished.
So yeah,
You
but
need them.
if he's driving alongside the truck and you've got the other truck is on the other side of you, I'd be thinking, I could get squashed here.
Let's not go between the big behemoths. So not driving between them is a good idea.
It's a good way to start.
Wing mirrors, if they didn't have them
That's another
instantly
thing.
for safety. Yeah. And be better friends with the fat guy with no nose. Because he doesn't look like that he cared much about
Yeah, he
the
didn't
guys
pull
in
away
the
either,
middle.
did he? No,
he
he
was
didn't
just
pull
like,
away.
oh no, they're with my brother. Die!
Good luck with
Kill
them, yeah.
them! Squish them! They all die. I was
Or
sad to
maybe-
see the Interceptor go though.
Maybe he saw Max say, that's mine.
It
So
was
he's like, I'm going to wreck this.
This is payback. But no, I wanted Max to jump on, kick him off, take the Interceptor, and do crazy shit with it.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, he did do crazy shit with the tanker truck thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not much more than that, really, is there? Just don't drive in between two trucks.
He could have had sweet hydraulics implanted in, so he could have done like a bunny hop over one of them. With that,
I would like to have
would
seen
that be
that.
good? That would be good. You'd need pretty powerful hydraulics though to get a whole car up and over a tanker.
Oh, I know what I would have done. I would have activated the emergency bike mode. Basically, I would have moved into the
Like
middle.
in the Batmobile.
Like
in
the Batmobile.
tumbler.
It would have broken apart with me on a motorbike, and then the truck. There's enough room underneath the tanker, the wall rig, to drive a motorbike underneath that. So as he goes to squash me, it'd be like, "So long, assholes." That's when the bike comes out. Then
That sounded like a transformer. Have you turned into Optimus Prime?
as they then go underneath the wall rig and come up on the other side, I would be like,
And then Max
What?
would have just driven the truck into you.
yeah,
Or
pretty much.
Furiosa would have driven it into you. I don't know why they have bikes in this situation, because they're not very, very good. In a
Fast,
world
aren't
where...
they?
Yeah, but still, they're very vulnerable if you're out on a bike. You've got no protection, and you can be squished easily.
Maybe they're just easier to.
Get hold of, maybe? Or maintain.
Yeah. Oh, they just move around the terrain easier.
Oh, another good bit.
Yeah.
When Max is hallucinating one time, did you notice the bulging eyes in one of his hallucinations?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Why?
They use the bulging eyes in the first one where Toe Cutter dies. He gets hit by a truck on a bike and his eyes bulge cartoonishly. And I think they use it twice in that film, but yeah. I like that little nod to the first one. It's just the random bulging eyes.
So was that Max actually remembering the death of that guy?
I don't know. It was Max hallucinating about bulging eyes.
Yeah, fair enough.
He
I like how
obviously hates Looney Tunes.
that saves him at one point, doesn't it?
But hallucinations...
Yeah, they go to shoot.
Yeah.
Goes to get shot in the head with a bolt from a crossbow,
Mm.
and then he hallucinates with the little girl, and his hand shoots up, so it shoots the bolt
And
through his
staples it to
It
his
staples
head.
into his head, yeah.
Oh, I thought he just didn't want to move it. I didn't realise it was stapled to his head.
Yeah, well, it was.
It mustn't have gone in too deep, otherwise that's him dead.
Yeah, well, it didn't. I just pierced like the flesh.
Yeah.
There was enough to hold his hand up, but as soon as he put some force on it, it came away,
Yeah,
didn't it?
it came out straight away, yeah. So, Slit, just read a road manual.
Yeah. Brake once in a while.
Yeah.
They're also
Brakes are there for a reason.
they're also thinking about getting speed up, like when they spit water into their engines.
No, that was
Or
nitrous.
sorry,
So,
into
yeah.
their engines to give them that little bit of
Water.
speed.
You'd flood the engine, man.
I don't know.
So yeah.
Maybe they like water in the engines. These could be
He
special
was
engines.
split when he was trying to get the Interceptor up to speed. He was drinking some of that as well. He wasn't spitting it in because he had a little pump, a little squirt pump. So he'd pump some into the engine, then he'd take a drink of it,
Yeah,
then
he
he'd pump some more.
Yeah, but he was spitting it out at the same time.
He
was
wouldn't
squirting it
always
in.
though. Max had to spit it in, but he was drinking it as well.
I don't know. He's a fucking nutter, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really mad. No wonder he went up in smoke when his thing got squished.
Yeah.
It had enough nitrous in him to light a fire for a minute.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
A specific
He's burnt
amount
to a crisp
of time.
anyway.
Yeah. So Split's dead, which brings us on to his murderer, his killer, fat bastard with no nose.
Oh, the other brother of Immortal Joe, the guy, he's got no nose, so he's got the prosthetic nose.
And he's
And
got horribly swollen ankles.
They're all just deformed and mutated, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not a pleasant family, are they?
No, that's why he's trying to have the normal-looking children, I think, with the 5 wives.
Yeah. Well, his big kid, Rictus, the big bold guy,
Yeah,
he was pretty...
But he had breathing problems, didn't he?
Oh,
That's why he had the
yeah.
breathing apparatus on his back.
Oh, yeah. And he had the
There we
weird
go.
face thing on
Yeah,
his
the
face.
thing holding his jaw up.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, they've all got
Ooh.
problems.
They all...
But what happens to him? Max fights his way in there, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he jumps onto the big rig and go, I will avenge you, Interceptor! Oh! Takes out the guys and then knocks out guy with no nose.
He then comes to, pulls his gun out, tries to shoot Max. Max does like breaks his hand or something, doesn't even look
Yeah,
at it.
rips it off and then uses him as a human shield as...
Immortal Joe shoots him.
Yeah. So, how would you, a man with no nose...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you do have a nose,
Mm-hmm.
but just imagine you're a guy with no nose.
Okay.
How would you fight off Mad Max?
Quite simply, when Max was thought unconscious, rather than pulling a gun out trying to shoot him, I would have lifted my leg up and just booted him with one of my feet.
With one of
Absolutely
your
massive. Just went
huge
up, boom!
ankles. Well, does he have to pull it out dramatically? Because he's like, aha! I mean, it doesn't go aha, but he could have done it sneakily rather
He
than
could have done it a
fast,
bit more
just,
thing, yeah.
Yeah, and then just shot him
Or
in the
forget
side.
that. I would have started. You could have done the what I like to refer to as the slap attack. You know when you get like comedy cartoons and stuff where two people go to fight, rather than fighting, they sort of lean back with their eyes shut, slapping each other like their hands waving up and down the air.
You think
Slapping
Mad
it.
Max
I
would
think-
participate in a girly slap fight?
I think if he'd done that to Max would have found it irritating and would have distracted him. And then Immortal Joe, when he went to shot, he would have shot past me and obviously shot Max.
How good a shot is Immortal Joe? Because he might have just been...
I don't think he cared he shot the brother, to be perfectly honest. It didn't seem to faze him in the slightest. Even after the first shot definitely hit him, he continued firing into his
He
brother.
shot him in the eye as well. One of his eyes
Yeah.
popped out.
I think he took this as an opportunity just to kill his brother.
Die!
He didn't even know Mad Max was in there. He was just like, right, I'm sick
Fuck
and tired of you,
you.
you faggot. Bang, 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 bang.
You eat all the nice food. You can't walk.
Your feet stink.
You've got no nose. I
Yeah.
want to hear the backstory of how No Nose got no
They're
nose.
probably just born with no nose.
Oh.
They're all born deformed, mutated, aren't they? Because of radiation fallout.
I wanted him to have it like cut off in a swashbuckling sword fight.
How could he sword fight with swollen feet?
No, but this would be before, and then once he'd lost his nose, he'd go into a state of depression and start comfort eating.
And then his feet. I don't think. No, what?
And then his ankles would be swollen from all the sitting down he does.
Oh, God.
So yeah.
That's nasty.
If I was man with no nose, do blind shooting. Not even pull the gun out of your
Just aim it through your
coat.
jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Sure, you might hit yourself and you put a hole in your favourite jacket, but you've got Max out the way. Or just roll onto him. Use your superior
why don't you
size
just
advantage.
just
Then
rolled
you'd just
over
be in
on
the
top
way
of
of him
Max.
so he can't see where he's driving
You
to
suffocated
as well.
him.
Yeah. Get him in a headlock, start punching him with a slap fight.
Did you see his nipples?
Yeah, he had pierced nipples.
His shirt was
Pull
ripped.
the chains out and start choking Max
Yeah.
with them.
But his shirt was ripped, so both his nipples were exposed. He had his suit on, and he had both nipples exposed, and he had a chain going from each nipple to a middle to another chain that was running down his body in the middle.
Oh, ooh.
And like, when they were talking, he was like standing stroking his nipple, weren't he? He was like, "What?"
He likes his nipple piercings too.
Yeah, that's another thing. I would have got my
mouth.
chains and would have been like, "What?"
Yeah, started choking it or whipping them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just rubbing them seductively while looking at Max, tilt my head to the side, open my mouth and licking my lips and be like, "It's just you and me, Max. This could go anywhere." Max freaks out and jumps out because he doesn't want me to. He just doesn't want to taste
Or
my
while
nipple in his
you're-
mouth.
Or while you're trying to distract Max, Joe shoots you in the back whilst trying to aim for Thingy.
Yeah. Why, Joe? Why'd you shoot me in the back?
I was aiming for Max.
But that's how I'd survive. I'd either take your thing and roll onto him, or I'd attack with chains. I'd be like, "Nipple chains attack!"
Yeah, you just or wrap your chains, wrap your knuckles in chain
And then punch
and
him.
just punch him. Added force.
Basically,
Yeah.
don't use the gun because that's how it ends bad.
Yeah. Well, you can use it, but use it sneakier, stealthy gun.
Stealthy gun.
There were a lot more guns in this than the other ones as well, because in the other ones it's mostly crossbows and bow and arrows.
Yeah, because ammo's scarce and
Yeah.
stuff for guns.
This would be Hawkeye's dream world. He'd
Yeah.
be a god in this.
I read there's a Mad Max game coming out on the PS4.
Yes, that looks quite interesting. To quote another film from the 80s, I'd buy that for $1.
I think anyone would buy it for $1.
Oh yeah, if they were selling it for $1, I'd buy
Yeah, anyone would buy it.
it. It looks good though.
What they say in that game, ammo's scarce and stuff, it's mostly melee objects. Or
Melee.
melee. Goodness sake.
Melee. Speak correctly. Moving on from everybody's favourite character, No Nose Man. Old Seed Keeper lady dies as well. During the truck chase, she's cut.
She gets a saw
She
across
get-
her throat by one of the people on the bendy poles.
Yeah. Yeah. Mad Max picks up a load of old biker ladies, Hell's Angel type people.
Who are surviving people from that Furiosa thingy.
Furiosa's tribe. Yeah.
Furiosa's tribe.
So yeah, they team up, and Seed Keeper lady is one of these badass grannies. She's quite a good shot. And she kicks butt and then gets cut
So
by
basically,
crazy red
chainsaw
mask guy. Yeah.
yeah, she's basically stuck her head up out of the vehicle, hasn't she?
To shake her fist at them furiously,
I think she's
telling them to stop hogging the road, road hogs, and obey
Get
the
out
speed
the way.
limit. That's why she's
Get
shaking
out the
her fist.
way.
Exactly.
And then one of the people come down to the bendy sticks and slices her across the neck with the saw. She then just sort of just sits in her chair for the rest of it until she dies.
Yeah, she slowly bleeds out. So survive this by playing to your strengths and not being in the truck, being on the bike, being a Hell's Angel. then you'd have speed and agility on your side, although you'd probably be killed.
Do you know what I would have done? She has all those seeds, yeah? I would have kept them up there with me at all times, so as the person comes down, he's like, "Zzz," he saw it and been like, "Seed, attack!" Throw my seeds at him. Would have distracted him enough, which one I pulled out my sword, because yes, I would have carried a sword in a situation.
No, she doesn't have a sword.
But I would have a sword in a situation, and then I would slice his pole thing that he's on so it falls off, and I would be like,
It's
"Take that,
probably
young
metal.
man!
I don't think you could.
Respect your elders!"
I don't think you could slice through it in one swoosh.
Watch me. I'm Seed Lady.
Right, we'll get
There's
a
a
pole.
lot you don't know.
We'll get a scaffolding pole. We'll get you a sword.
And I'll slice it in one go.
And yeah, you'll give it.
Guarantee I'll be able to
If
do
you
it.
don't do it in one, then Seed Lady dies.
Or I would have put the seeds in my mouth and spat them at him as he came down to it. Like
I'm
a
sure
gun.
that would have been very
Yeah.
ineffective.
Or I just would have caught the saw as he come down and sliced my neck. I would have been like, no, grab the saw. Yeah, I would have cut my hand a little bit, but because I'm so strong, I would have stopped the saw and just broken it then.
You're an old lady.
Who has seeds? That must mean something.
Yes, she
She
wants
is
to
the
grow
chosen
some
one.
bananas. That's what it means. She wants potassium.
Yeah.
I would have, as soon as I saw the pole man, I would have
Shat yourself and sat down.
ducked my head back in. And then when Furiosa goes, "What's the matter?" I go, "Nothing, dear. Everything's fine.
Keep going, dearie.
Just indicate. We're turning left now."
Everything's fine. Oh, mate,
It's not how she talks.
how does she talk? Oh, look, it's Woody Harrison. He's coming to save
Yeah,
us.
that's what the seeds are for. They're for growing pickles. So, Seed Lady could have lived by
Ducking, sitting down.
getting
Just
out
sit
the way.
there quietly and let everybody do their thing. Don't try
Read
to
your book.
intervene. Yeah,
Just getting in the way.
do some knitting and fall asleep.
Yeah. Oh, we're there yet, dears. Oh,
Yeah.
we're there. Oh, lovely. Although, when they bail out of the truck, she wakes up and like, where is everyone?
Oh no! They took my seeds, you bastards!
No! How dare they? Damn them.
I know. It was a cruel, cruel
Damn
thing.
them all. Stealing an old lady's seeds.
So that was the end of Seed Lady.
She will be missed. But
Yeah, it's a strong. Missed
I'll
is a
miss
strong term.
I'll miss her. But do you know who we won't miss?
Max.
No, we'll miss Max. We won't miss Immortal Joe. Boo hiss.
Boo, Joe.
hiss.
Screw you, Joe. We don't like you.
No.
I should say Immortal Joe. If we have any actual listeners who are called Joe,
No,
I don't mean you.
we
I
like
don't mean
you.
you.
Keep listening. You're our favourite listener, Joe.
No, you can't say that. What about all
What?
the others?
You're all our favourite listeners.
We value every single one of you equally.
Apart from Joe.
Yeah, forget Joe.
Forget Joe. No, yeah, Immortal Joe, he gets into a fist fight with Furiosa. Well, she's hanging off the side of the car.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
And Joe turns to shoot her, and then Furiosa tangles up Joe's mask thing on one of the wheels, and it rips his
rips
face off, and he dies.
And then he just sort of bleeds out, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, I rip your face off. You'd be in shock. You'd be bleeding. You'd go, "Oh my god!" Except you wouldn't be because you've got no jaw to talk. So, you're pretty immortal, Joey. I
The
mean,
hell does that mean?
you've got the hair. You're wearing his mask for Christ's sakes right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How would you survive in a dastardly way
Not to
of
be
villainy?
well, not to be mean to Immortal Joe. He was fighting a woman with one hand,
But she had a sick metal prosthetic
which
hand.
came off
Oh yeah,
because when Max pulls her back off of it, she hasn't got it on.
yeah, but that's pretty sick hand, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it was quite good.
That'd
was
help
alright,
in
I
a
suppose,
boxing match,
wouldn't it?
wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
Uh,
That'd help in a boxing.
Oh yeah,
match,
definitely. She better
Yeah.
smash some skulls with that. For one, I wouldn't have got my mask caught up. I wouldn't wear a mask in the first place. Who needs
Well,
a
he
mask?
probably needs it.
Really? So he was all right before they put the mask on. When they put the rest of his armor on,
Maybe
they're
he
breathing
had
dust
like
on him.
a less impressive mask. Maybe this was his war mask. Maybe
His
he's
war
got
mask.
a daytime mask and a housekeeping one and a posh one for dinner parties with his brothers.
I don't think he goes to dinner parties with his brothers
Why not? He should do.
because he's probably trying to
Great.
have too much fun with his 5 wives.
Oh yeah, Dirty Joe.
Dirty Joe.
He has a gun as well at this point, so maybe he should have used that a bit better.
That is true. I think. Wait, does
I mean,
he go
it's
to
not
shoot
like
him
Furiosa's going to be a hard target to hit because she's
outside
in his window, man.
Yeah, outside his window.
Yeah.
Another thing, as soon as she started pulling bits of his mask off onto the wheels, if he just applied the brakes fast enough, he could have stopped it.
What, and just have her flying off
Yeah,
or out of balance?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you suddenly
could
just
have
slam
done
your
that.
brakes on, she would have like at least fallen off a bit. And she's only got one arm. Come on, man. Right,
Get
do
it
something.
together.
Get off your lazy backside.
Yeah, he's got the gun at this point pointed at one of his other wives who he's managed to get back onto the truck.
Yeah.
Actually, there's Furiosa and 2 other wives because one of them tricks Rictus to help her onto the car so she can pull Furiosa on. So at this point, he's being triple teamed by 3 women that
damn.
want to kill him. I think at this point, if you're the dastardly Immortal Joe, you'd start killing wives just to ensure your safety.
But then it would have been
take
all
out
for
the
nothing.
take out the one that sat next to you, then take out Furiosa, and then if the third one jumps into the driving seat to try and challenge you, pop a cap in her, and yeah. I'm sure Joe could find new wives. He's a looker.
Oh, all right. Oh,
I'm
I see
joking,
you.
obviously.
All right, you want to go on a date with Joe? Go on a date with Immortal Joe.
So no more tips for Joe.
What?
On
Just
how
kill
to
everybody.
survive.
I don't
Just
know.
murder
Joe,
everyone.
have some backup. I mean, oh.
Well, we did, but they all got taken out.
Then get more. Gee, oh.
He's on his own.
It's 5 women. He could have just let them gone and just got some more. I bet it took him a while to find them 5 out of all the deformed people.
Well,
It probably took him quite a bit to find them, I reckon.
poor Joe. He was just
Yeah,
looking for
Joe.
love.
Love,
Don't sing.
sweet love.
Moving on.
No.
Last death. Immortal Joe's son, Rictus, is killed by Nux in a truck flip. Nux does a truck flip to stop the rest of Immortal Joe's war tribe getting back to the Skull Island place.
Skull Island
Place. I don't know.
Yeah,
That blocks them off. Is there any way that Nux could have stopped the war tribe getting back and not had to die heroically?
no, that was our plan anyway, wasn't it, to part the rig there and blow it up.
Yeah,
But
this whole thing was pretty much massive car chase because you could always see the rest of the war tribe in the background
yeah,
slowly approaching.
So
That was a good sense of ominousness. Rhinoceros.
you're a little bit confused there.
No, go on.
I'm not sure because at that point, thingy thing, what's his name? Begins with R.
Rictus.
Rictus, who ripped the engine out, didn't he?
Yeah, he
Grabbed
was
the top end of it-
mad.
He grabbed the top bit of the engine, and just ripped it straight out, didn't he? And it was like, oh, fiddlesticks.
Mm.
I don't know. Maybe Nux could have.
Put a seatbelt on. Would that have helped?
No, I reckon what he could have done if he just aimed it rather than like flipping it out. If he just aimed it off to the side a bit, then just jumped out, so it would have crashed into like the side of the propeller.
What toppled over?
Yeah, then he could have jumped out, landed, but then all the rest of the war tribe would have turned up and been like, "Oh no!"
All right.
And Nux would have been like, "Spray my mouth with silver stuff quickly!" Boom.
That can't be good for his teeth. How did he manage to get the silver stuff off?
Yeah,
Did he brush his
3
teeth?
times.
Do they have toothbrushes in Mad Max Land?
No, do you notice he also went from pale to like normal skin color by the end of it? He wasn't as pale.
It's because he was out in the sun.
Yeah,
he's getting
tanned
tan
super fast.
So yeah,
I don't think they're pale because that's their skin. I think it's pale because it's just like painted on or really dusty.
Yeah.
And then it all gets taken off because like, at the beginning when they put the Mortal Joe's armor stuff on, they're blowing dust onto him.
Yeah, just to give him that paler complexion.
Yeah,
Pale is the new
sexy.
sun-kissed. I don't know.
So yeah, I would have done. I would have aimed
Fashion
it.
tips from 2 men in a shed.
Oh yeah, doesn't get any better than this. Or what I would have done is, as I would have driven through the archway and then slammed my brakes on, so the guy holding the engine would have flown off on the front, and everything else would just smash into the back of me.
You'd get terrible whiplash and you'd
I
blow
would jump
up.
out. I don't know.
That and you'd have the weird guitar guy still playing.
Oh god, that guy.
He had no eyes. He was well freaky. How does
Yeah.
he know what he's playing?
Well, if you're good at guitar, you don't need to look at what the strings do. You can just play without looking at them.
Is that what Immortal Joe said before he took out his eyes?
Yeah. Once you learn to play this, you're losing your goddamn eyes. No.
No.
So he played Pepsi bad for years and years and years, and then he thought, oh, you know, I can't be asked for this anymore. I know I'm good. I want this record. Let's do it. His first solo.
He must be
Eyes
really
just for
good
you.
on Rock Band.
Yeah.
Oh
they
dear.
yeah, because everything crashes up, doesn't it? And then you get the guitar fly off. It looks like it's going to hit you in the face.
That must have been a hell of a pile up after that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How? So all of them must have died in that.
All the people. Well, no, I think the first lot of cars would have crashed and had or been killed or injured and gotten whiplash.
where they
And then they couldn't. Then the rest of them wouldn't have been able to get through.
and where they crashed was in the territory of that other tribe, wasn't it?
Yeah, so they
Originally,
probably
so they
weren't
prob-
happy.
They probably turned up and shot them
Mm.
all. I'd imagine, just killed them all.
Yeah, I think a few of them would have escaped, but they wouldn't have been a force to be reckoned with.
Well,
As
Joe's
they were
dead,
with
isn't
Joe,
it? So they
yeah,
wouldn't have
leading
really
them.
thingied.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's Mad Max: The Furious Road, the really
Mad Max
angry,
Fury Road.
the really angry road. Don't drive when you're angry.
Always drive when you're angry.
Someone take away
Mhm.
Tom Hardy's driving license.
Do you think he even still got one?
What, after Mad Max?
Yeah.
Well, take it away if he drives like that. Ooh. Ooh.
Bad Tom Hardy.
Bad Tom Hardy. No, Tom Hardy good. Everyone in it good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can't think of much else to say.
Good film. We
Yeah.
like.
Good film. Would recommend seeing it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny at the
So-
end? You know that the lift they go onto, they drive and they're going up, haven't they? Onto the lift.
Oh
at the
yeah,
end.
Immortal
they've got
Joe's
more- they've-
personal lift.
And they've got more people on it, haven't they? Oh, gets up halfway and just collapses, like snaps under the way and just falls.
That's
That's
what
why they didn't let
happened.
people
That's-
on in the first place.
That's why Mad Max
Was
walked
like,
away
Yeah,
from
he's
it.
like, I'm not getting on that.
Before civilization was destroyed, he was an architectural surveyor and goes, "Oh no, that's
That's
oh
definitely
no,
not good.
I have
No,
to go.
get away from that.
It's all gonna end in tears."
Yeah, just after the credits roll for us, that's when it collapses
Yeah.
and Max is there like, I told you, I
that's
freaking
the
told
end.
you.
That's the end credit scene. Sub-Zero jumps in. Max wants to fight, and then chain snaps, squishes him.
Squishes
with
Sub-Zero.
The car, yeah.
Do you think he went off and like was going to just walk out into the desert and just try and find bits of the Interceptor?
Yeah, that's what he does in all the other films.
Is
His
it?
car gets wrecked, and then he just walks away.
Great. So he must
Second one,
rebuild
car
it
gets
so many
wrecked.
times.
Kills the bad guy. Walks away. I'm guessing he'll do that in the third one. He'll kill
Third
Tina
one?
Turner and
Oh
walk
right, yeah.
away.
Okay.
He did it in this one. He'll do it in the next
He'll
one.
do it in the next one. Man Max walking away. That is his ting.
Yeah, Mad Max into the desert.
Oh yeah.
So that was the show. And that was Mad Max as well. Furious Road review and survival tips.
Done.
Do you want to do the outro today? Do you think you can manage it?
Yeah. What? Well, the contact information as well.
Yeah, do you want to do that as well?
Oh my god, I'm getting a
Right,
promotion.
yeah, I'll let you do the contact information.
Yay.
I'll treat you
Oh.
just today.
Okay, so you can send us a tweet at We Could Survive. Let us know any thoughts or you have or any suggestions for future films, anything like that at all. Or as Jack says, you can send us an electronic mail
Yes, you can.
via wecouldsurvivethat@gmail.com. We're always looking forward to your suggestions,
Yeah.
comments, criticisms, and queries.
Quick queries.
Queries, yes, queries.
Yes,
questions.
like if you're a politician, ask us what the cost of milk is. Yes, we do know
Oh,
that.
that's another thing in the film, wasn't it? Oh, the breast milk.
Oh,
They were milking all
don't get onto the breast milk thing.
all those larger than life ladies,
Oh.
and they're all like automatic pumps, all having their.
Yeah.
Oh my lord, I don't know what.
Oh,
And he was like,
good.
drinking it.
Ugh.
But that was a
Yeah.
saucy scene. That was. Whew.
That get your motor running.
Yeah, I got my
Oh
yeah.
dear.
It ran, it finished, it ran again.
Oh dear. Right.
But anyways, you have been listening to We Could Survive That, your weekly survival guide to the movies. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Until then, keep on surviving.